point of the stories of the Bible are not to point to things, are not to point to principles, It's not to give us advice on how to live or a how-to manual for how to navigate situations as much as their point is to point to the hero of the story. That everything in the Old Testament leading up to Jesus is pointing forward to Jesus, who would make sense of all of this story. Everything beyond Jesus is pointing back to who Jesus is and what he has done that we actually live in the midst of. That Jesus is actually the new and better David, who stands up to the giant of sin and evil that we are powerless over. That Jesus is actually the true Samaritan who finds us on the side of the road beaten up by our sin, and he rescues us. That even the book of Esther, this beautiful story in the Old Testament, a book that doesn't even mention God in any way. It's in the Bible. It's a story that doesn't even mention God. The story of a slave princess in Babylon is a story of God preserving the Jewish people to make a way for the real hero who would come down the line, the hero of Jesus. The Bible's not trying to point us to something. It's trying to point us to someone.